Hey everyone, and welcome to the 17th Chasm devlog. If you are unaware, Chasm is an upcoming indie dungeon crawler game with lots of lore and unique combat. One complaint I've gotten a lot from my team is that level 4 is very bland, so I spent a while working on adding more props to it, such as torches and stones. I have many more props that the team is working on, such as bones and crystals. We're very busy right now, so we really can't do that much, and I'm trying to stop coming up with new ideas, and here's why. When I work on Chasm and do something like level design or story, I just get closer to finishing. But when I come up with something new to add, I don't get any closer. I make progress, but what happens is the scope of the game and the amount of features increases, so checking one off, I'm still not any closer to actually finishing the game. So I decided to add one last ability, a ground pound. I spent a while designing the ground pound, and it's pretty good. It does 3 damage to the enemies in range and stuns them for 3 seconds. You can use it every 30 seconds, which is also the amount of time you have to wait between uses of the flash ability, but I feel like it might be a bit too powerful compared to the flash ability, so I'm either going to make the flash ability stun the enemies for longer, or just allow you to use it more often, or just possibly make the ground pound take longer to use or stun enemies for less time. I'm not sure though, and balancing isn't easy, but there's no point in an ability with no level to use it in. I got to work on level 5. Level 5 is a mix of deadly areas jam-packed with danger and slightly more peaceful stronghold rooms. You need to find hidden keys to progress, and there are many hidden areas full of health potions to help you survive. I personally think it's a pretty fun level, and it reminds me a lot of level 2, which is still probably the best level. It was just really well designed, and I think the idea for it was probably the best I've had, which has definitely contributed to how good it is. On screen you can see some gameplay of the new level. Ground Pound is really useful against bats because it can instantly kill them, but it's especially good in level 4 while fighting stone enemies. You can stun them, use that to do some damage, and hurt them while they're stunned, and I like the idea that they have a weakness. Combining the two abilities is also really powerful, because if you first stun them for 5 seconds using the flash, hurt it during that time, and then use the Ground Pound and hurt it during that time, you'd actually likely be able to kill the enemy without it being able to hurt you, as long as you didn't accidentally run into it while trying to slash it. I've done that surprisingly often though, so I can't really guarantee it will be a ticket to winning. I'm going to find some sound effects for the ground pound and probably add some screen shake, but I haven't been able to yet. I don't have much time to work on Chasm, and I'm really worried about scope creep killing the game. I'm trying to avoid that by working quickly, but I can't just finish the entire game in 1 week. As of now, I'm actually only halfway done with the levels and story, and I don't know how long it will be until we can release Chasm. I'm also definitely going to give myself a week or two between finishing the game and releasing it, so that I can market it well, as I don't want Chasm to fail like Musketfish did. Musketfish was a complete flop, and it would really suck to see that happen with Chasm, which is probably my best project yet. One of the hardest parts of making a game is that you have to always work hard to keep the game small and keep it from getting so big that you'll never be able to finish it. Obviously, marketing is a big challenge, but if you don't have a game to market, it's not a challenge at all. Another problem is that often, since you're the only one playing the game, you're just playtesting it in between working on it. You don't really notice whether or not it's fun, which is why it's often better to have specific playtesters that will help with that. Fun gameplay is an important part of a good game, but so are graphics, and so is sound, and so is just having an interesting story and interesting mechanics. A game doesn't need to be completely massive and have 5 years of development go into it to be fun. I've made games in 1 day that I enjoy more than ones I spent years on, and it's just really about how you execute the idea, and not what the original idea is. I came up with a really cool idea for the game's trailer, but that's it for this devlog. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, and follow us on Twitter and Twitch for constant updates. Also, make sure to join the Discord server, linked below.